Somebody else has solved your problem. This is the unofficial slogan in the small but growing field of cross-industry innovation experts. It's the belief that somebody, somewhere, has solved a similar problem, and your job is to leap over your industry's calcified mindset, find out who did it, draw analogies, transfer the approach, and adapt it to your needs. Hotels didn't come up with Airbnb. Taxis didn't invent Lyft. And bookstores didn't envision Amazon. Candle makers didn't produce the light bulb. Carriage manufacturers didn't create autos. And the post office didn't invent email. Orthodoxy doesn't produce disruptive innovations. After decades of writing about health for WebMD, Salon.com, and the New York Times, I can tell you there's nothing but orthodoxy running through the diet industry. The diet doctors, weight loss authors, medical academies, and research institutions that make up the diet weight loss industrial complex look only to each other for inspiration. Thus, they end up copycatting ideas with the same massive failure rate. Depending on which of the last 3 systematic reviews of dieting studies you believe in, the failure rate is 80%, 90%, or 95%. Clearly, the dieting industry is not going to innovate weight loss. For that, we have to do what many business leaders, scientists, and medical professionals do: look outside of their industries for inspiration. Start with a question. How do we even begin searching for, identifying, and then applying cross-industry innovations to weight loss? I asked several innovation experts, and they all gave me the same answer. You start by asking what problem you're trying to solve. Conventional thinkers in diet world roll their eyes whenever I mention this. Isn't it obvious, they say pedantically? We're eating food that makes us fat. We make the wrong choices. We're ignorant of what's healthy and what's not. Because orthodoxy has defined the problem as faulty decision-making born out of ignorance, it is obsessed, fixated on educating us. That's why almost every book answers some form of this question. Which foods make us fat and which ones make us healthy? Each year, this orthodoxy produces a fire hose of new diet books that sprays the public with contradictions. Fat makes us fat. No, sugar makes us fat. Actually, it's carbs. Screw it. Eat keto. No, go vegan. Watch out for wheat. Try Atkins. No, Mediterranean. Every diet book is a different version of eat this, not that. Noting dieting's massive 80 to 95% failure rate, the innovation experts I talked to said the orthodoxy in weight loss is making a classic mistake. It's trying to solve the wrong problem, meaning we can't get to our destination, an innovative weight loss solution, if we're perched on the same hill. The current perception that a lack of knowledge is the cause of our weight problem. How do we find a new perch? I asked one expert. Ask different questions, she said, referring to an Albert Einstein quote favored by cross-industry specialists. Here's the quote. If I had an hour to solve a problem and my life depended on the solution, I would spend the first 55 minutes to determine the proper question to ask. Once I know the proper question, I could solve the problem in less than 5 minutes.